Okay, let's rock. Let us rock. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Late Night Show with your host, Dr. Kojo. Excuse me. We're checking in slightly late for the only live stream of the week. We didn't get a chance to go live on Tuesday, so we're going live on Thursday. We're talking about make sure I can get my math right, 6 signs of AuDHD in public. So we put a little twist on it this time. This is what to look out for if you're trying to figure out if you have autism and ADHD in public. So go ahead, get comfortable, grab you a chair, grab you a seat, get comfortable. We're here tonight and we're having fun. Use the comment section to let me know where you are checking in from. Where in the world are you watching this lovely live stream on this lovely day? Lady Angel, how you doing? And as y'all grab a seat and get filed and get prepared, I want to take some time to talk about the big Neurodivergent Comedy World Tour. I want to take some time to talk about it. I see somebody on TikTok. Bradley says, when are you performing? When are you coming to Detroit? I thought you would never ask. We are coming to Detroit we have a date for Detroit. Let me see. We're coming to Detroit, Michigan, Friday, September 11th. What a day to come to Detroit. We're coming to Detroit, Michigan, Friday, September 11th. So the big Neurodivergent Comedy World Tour is underway, guys. It's underway, and I would love to see you in a city near you or maybe even in your city. And just to recap, for those people who are maybe new to the platform and don't know what the tour dates are, let me go ahead and list off the tour dates right now. So in 3 weeks, we're going to be in Springfield, Massachusetts, July 25th. That's a Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The next day is July 26th. We're going to be in Beverly, Massachusetts, which is 30 minutes outside of Boston. So we're in Beverly, Massachusetts on July 26th. That's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. The next month is August. The next date is August the 8th, a Saturday. We're going to be in Little Rock, Arkansas. August the 8th, a Saturday. Little Rock, Arkansas, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. The next week, we're going to be in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, August the 14th. It's a Friday in Louisiana. That same weekend, but on Sunday, we're going to be in Huntsville, Alabama, August the 16th. That's a Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Then a month later, we're going to be in Detroit, Michigan, September 11th, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The following week, we're going to be in Chandler, Arizona, which is the greater Phoenix area. That is September 17th, Thursday. It's a Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. I need to check about the Arizona date and make sure that we put it in the right time zone. I'm not sure if Arizona is Central Time Zone, but I'm going to have my assistant look at it right now, actually. Right now. 1 second, guys. Hey, John, can we look at the Arizona show? Let's hook up to this down Wi-Fi. Hey, John, can we look at the Arizona show and make sure that the time zone is correct for the Arizona show? So let's just double check that, please. Okay. Resuming. Anyways, after Arizona, September 17th, we then go to Cleveland, Ohio, September 23rd. That's a Wednesday night. And this is a Wednesday night. This ain't the weekend. Cleveland, Ohio, September 23rd, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The next day, September 24th, Columbus, Ohio, September 24th, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The next week, I make my return back to Virginia Beach, September 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The next day is going to be October 1st, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Richmond, Virginia. And then we don't have a show booked in November yet, but we will add a show in November. So we will add a show. But for right now, the last tour date is going to be December 3rd, a Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time. It needs to be PST. Actually, we're gonna fix that. John, can you actually go through all of the tour dates and check the time zones and make sure that the time zone is it lines up with the city, the city's time zone? For example, San Diego is not in Central Time; it's PST. Please, thank you so much. So, guys, as you can see, we're doing work on the fly. We're doing work on the fly, but we are on tour. And like I said, the next show is going to be in Springfield, Massachusetts, July 25th. That's a Saturday. I'm happy to see you all. Leilani is our moderator. Happy that you're here. Thank you. I appreciate it. The haircut is decent, but I'm not too pleased with it. You know, I went to a new barber today. I felt like I was cheating on my girl. I will never cheat on my girl again. I'll never cheat on my barber again. Cheating on your barber could be worse than cheating on your woman, because the haircut is decent, but I fell asleep in the chair and he slightly pushed my hairline back, and I'm very specific about that because I record videos and I'm very hyper specific on the way I like. No, not that's too low, but like he slightly pushed it back, and I wanted to keep my hair right here. Where's my hair? I feel like a naked mower. Chat, I need y'all to fry me. Chat, I need y'all to fry me in the comments because I like keeping my what's this hair right here? I like keeping my hair full. You feel me? He need to do all this right here. Fry me in the chat. Well, I mean, if y'all like my haircut, then I appreciate that. You know, I want to be ultra handsome. And you're right. It's gonna grow back before I know it. Yeah. But I'm not going back to that barber anymore. No, I'm keeping my barber. Fellas, let this be a lesson. Never cheat on your barber. Signs of autism and ADHD in public. You go to a different barber and they make you realize why you should have never gone to a different barber. And you're right, it's not that bad, but I'm very dramatic, as y'all can tell. And if y'all are also truly neurodivergent, y'all should be dramatic like me. I'll take something small and I'll become a drama queen over it. I'm super dramatic. I'm a drama queen. Y'all ain't know? I'm a drama queen. I'm a drama queen for real. Tay Diggs, that's funny. ADHD, autism, little girls. Okay. Springfield. We just did a show in Chicago. Illinois, and it was a sold-out show. And Chicago is my favorite comedy town, so I'll look to make a return back to Chicago/Illinois. Oh yeah. Drama queen. You're the mental health education dude in the short. Yeah, that's me. Stop looking at me. You make me nervous. That's me. That's me right there. I'm the mental health education dude in the shorts. So you must watch on YouTube. I appreciate that. Slay ADHD, I like that. Omaha, Nebraska is in the house. Canton, Ohio is in the house. I am enjoying the World Cup. Mac, the topic tonight is signs of autism and ADHD in public. Let me see where people are here from on TikTok. Nanaimo, British Columbia. Hi, handsome. Hey, beautiful. San Antonio, Texas. Is that girl your wife? No, she's an actress. But depending on who you ask, when y'all ask me that question again later in the live stream, I'm going to confuse y'all and tell y'all that she's one of my 4 wives. So if y'all are in the live stream right now, I gave y'all the real answer. But for people who join later on, we're going to confuse them and tell them that I have 4 wives. But she's an actress and a good friend. That's Emily. Let me see where else. Run back to Louisiana date location. That's Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And that is Louisiana. That's August 14th on a Friday. Rabbits from Nashville, Tennessee. Pretty calls BS is come to San Antonio. So somebody's from San Antonio. I would love to come to San Antonio eventually. What part of Ghana are you from? I'm from a small country, but a big city called Accra, Ghana. Indiana in the house. Tillamook, Oregon in the house. Okay, speaking of Oregon, I'm going to be in Portland, Oregon this weekend. enjoying 4th of July. So if y'all know anything about Portland, Oregon, put me on. Put me on. How did you and your wife meet? One of my wives. Maybe one of these days we will have a Kojo cruise. Charlotte, North Carolina in the house. Charlotte. Oh, Springfield, Illinois is practically St. Louis, Missouri. That does help. You should have just said St. Louis. I'd love to add a show in St. Louis, by the way. Chrissy says, I'm an AuDHD mom with AuDHD twins. My house is always drama central. So you can relate to what's going on here. A house full of drama queens. So y'all are just like me. I am very dramatic. I'm very dramatic. So I can relate to y'all. Very dramatic. Oh, real quick, let me speak about Seattle real quick. Guys, I tried my best to book that show in Seattle, and we weren't able to do it. It should have been July 16th. We didn't hear back from the club. It fell through. And that's on me for announcing the show before the ink had dried. So I still will look to come to Seattle. I'd love to come to Seattle before the year is over, but we weren't able to make that happen. So I do sincerely apologize to the people of Seattle and the people of Tacoma. And I would love to get a show there before the year is over. So thank you for mentioning that. I was in New York when the Knicks won. So, of course, I'm going to support the Knicks. Of course. Somebody says, I have something to say about your videos on Facebook about AuDHD. Talk to me. Riri says, I have an 8-year-old autistic child, and my 21-month-old was diagnosed today with a heartbreak emoji. Why do you have the heartbreak emoji? What's sad about being diagnosed with autism? Well, what's sad about it? If you have autism, you need to have the proper support. Once you have the proper support, we chilling. The problem is in getting the proper support. So once you can get the proper support for autism, I think it makes life a lot easier, I think. So the first step is figuring out what autism looks like. And that's, by educating yourself, and streams like this and content like the content that I post can hopefully get you closer to a diagnosis. And like I said, we're talking about 6 signs of autism and ADHD in public. Shout out to Mac. Mac, stop watching YouTube to come on this live stream. I appreciate that. Portland, food trucks, Powell's Bookstore, and the Max Transit line. You're the second person today who's mentioned Powell's Bookstore. I don't know what's going on inside this bookstore, but I got to get down to Powell's and see what's going on. I got to see. Kind of Buffalo. Jeannie, I would love to come and see you in Buffalo. We're working on it. Somebody says your lack of eye contact with the camera is me too. I think I make eye contact. I try to make eye contact. I try. And Kylie says, I used to spam your videos daily, which led to me getting my proper diagnosis a year ago. Kylie, I love those comments. Whether you watch the live streams or whether you watch the videos, normally when people find my content, they tend to get diagnosed shortly after. And I'm not saying that, of course, you need to go to your doctor to get the proper diagnosis. But I'm just saying that when people watch my content, if the algorithm feeds you a lot of my content, I think that's, it's trying to tell you something. Why are you watching all this autism content 24/7 if you can't relate to it? There's a reason why. All right? There's a reason why. Oh, yes, we are free balling. We are really free balling today. Free balling. I look around a lot. I do look around a lot, Kim. I do look around a lot. So you're right about that. I remember you from Williamsburg, Virginia. You do? You remember me from Williamsburg, Virginia? Oh, good times. A lot of love for Williamsburg. And when I go to Virginia on my tour stop, I think I will go back to Williamsburg, Virginia, and we'll probably film it, because we are filming a documentary. And I've had the cameras rolling for the past 3 years now. I've just had the cameras rolling all the intimate moments in my life, past ex-girlfriends, friends, comedy shows. So it's going to be really exciting to see this documentary come together. And it'll be really special. I'll have it ready by the time the comedy special is ready. So that's going to mean a lot to me. It's going to be deeply personal. So that's super cool for me and for this entire community. Nice cut. Oh, y'all are so nice. Y'all acting like y'all want to be my fifth or sixth wife. Come on now. Your videos made me realize you can have ADHD and autism. So I got diagnosed with autism soon after. Rebecca, this is what I've been trying to tell the people. You know, at one point we didn't, I wouldn't say we, but at one point people weren't sure that you could be diagnosed with autism and ADHD. But fortunately, thanks to creators like myself and other creators who make similar content, we now know that you can have both. And if you have autism and ADHD, life is going to be different as opposed to if you just have ADHD or if you just have autism. And I'm not saying just ADHD and just autism as if life is not difficult with just having one of those. I'm just saying just as in you have one or the other as opposed to having two. Because I don't want to minimize your struggle if you just have ADHD or you just have autism. So I hope that makes sense right there. I hope that makes sense right there. Well, you want to be wife number 8? Guys, I don't know how many wives I can have, but 8 sounds like a lot. 8 sounds like a lot of wives. I don't think I have the bandwidth for that. I think we'll just stop at like 5 or 6, right? 5 or 6. 5 or 6. Gold purple flower. I appreciate that. And guys, speaking of the autism, ADHD, AuDHD skits, the ones that I post where I play 3 characters, I wrote some more scripts. So we're going to have some more autism, ADHD, and AuDHD videos coming your way. So I'm excited about that. So not only will we have this live stream and more live streams like this, but we're going to have more autism, ADHD, and AuDHD videos coming your way. We're going to have more skits coming your way. I know y'all love the skits. So we're going to have more skits coming your way. You know, I'd love to have more skits coming with Emily. We have new actresses coming. Like, we have so much in the fold for y'all. So I'm super excited. I'm super excited. All right, guys. So I already announced the comedy dates earlier in this live stream. And you know that the very next show is going to be July 25th in Springfield, Massachusetts. The next day is July 26th in Beverly, Massachusetts. So we talked about that. So now let's get into the 6 signs of AuDHD in public. Okay. 6 signs of AuDHD in public. Number one. All right. You are somebody who, when you go out in public, you are constantly scanning your surroundings. 6 signs of autism and ADHD in public. You are somebody who is constantly scanning your surroundings. If you do this, I think you'll be shocked to realize that there are people out there who don't scan when they go out in public. There's people out there who go out in public and they just enjoy. Like, they're in the moment, they're laughing, they're having a good time. They're not scanning their surroundings, looking for things that can go wrong. They're not constantly studying people and trying to figure out what they have to say or if they're in the right place. There are people out there who do that. And then there's the rest of us, right? Those of us who we have to scan the surroundings. And this also has to do a little bit with complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which tends to happen if you have ADHD and or autism. So if you have just one of the two, a lot of times you will have this complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and that will make you somebody who is hypervigilant. So for your safety, you're always trying to make sure that you're sure that you're safe, which is not a bad thing inherently, but it does make it difficult for you to be in the present moment. So you'll be looking forward to something for weeks, and then you'll get to that event. And once you get to that event, instead of enjoying it, you're just kind of looking around, making sure that everything is okay. And you're just double checking and triple checking, and things are okay. And you'll go home and realize that there was no imminent threat around you, but you're just kind of scanning around the area. And this is why people who are autistic and have ADHD make really good anthropologists, or sociologists. Like if you study people for a living or for a career, I think you would do great. You would do great because you study people like to survive. So if you study people to survive and you're being paid to study people, you would naturally excel at that. You would naturally excel at that. I also have CPTSD. Hey, welcome to the family, Elsie. Welcome to the family. Leilani says, I scan everything and everyone. If I go to the movies, I'm scanning the crowd and the nearest exits. Yeah. And some of us, we won't even sit in certain places because we have to see the exit. I'm one of those folks. Like if I go to a restaurant and that's the exit, I'm not sitting like this. I'm sitting this way. At the most, I'll sit like this. Just so I can see where everything is at. Like I need to know, okay, this is the exit. There's another exit right there. All right, cool. But I never have my back turned to the exit. I never do that. I just never do that. You know, I just need to know where I'm at, make sure I'm good, make sure I'm straight, I'm safe, and then I can proceed. I scan everyone in clothing shops. I want my back facing the wall. Right. I just have to see everything. Everything. I can't have my back to anyone. I am the same way. I am the same way. I don't like when people are behind me, actually. Like, you know when you can feel that somebody's behind you? Like, you can just feel somebody behind you. I don't like that. It's a big pet peeve of mine. If you're behind, I don't care what you're doing behind me. If you're just kind of like walking behind me, like hurry up and walk and move on, you know. But just being behind me, or if you're like I also hate when I'm on the phone and you're looking over my shoulder to look at my phone. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Diane says she was constantly scanning during the Chicago show. Now, the one place where I am present is at a comedy show. I'm actually in the moment. So that's one of the reasons why I do enjoy comedy, because I'm fully immersed in the moment. I'm immersed in that particular joke. Or if I'm talking to somebody in the crowd, I'm right there. I'm right there. And the only other times that I'm that present is when I'm high. And I'm keeping it real, which is why I had an issue with that, because I was doing it to be present, which is kind of how we get in trouble like that. Advice from the gunslingers of the Old West: never sit with your back to an open door. Yeah, and you think that's like self-explanatory, Tiffany on TikTok says, I was in the airport and I scanned constantly, high volume. And for those of you on TikTok, please don't spam. Please don't spam the chat, so that way everybody can enjoy. We want everybody to enjoy, right? We want to have a good time. Let's have a good time, all right? So let's not try and spam. I grew up in the Valley, comes with the territory. Now, look, if you have complex post-traumatic stress disorder or even PTSD, you probably will do this regardless. Like if you've had any family members who served overseas and in the military, they never sit with their back turned to the exit. Like they always know where the exit is at. They could also be autistic and have ADHD. I don't know. But this comes with trauma in general. And we can use deductive reasoning, right, to imply that I'm saying that if you have autism and ADHD, you have a fair amount of trauma. And I am saying that, especially if you're undiagnosed. Like for all the people in here who are late diagnosed autistic and late diagnosed ADHD, you have some amount of trauma. I'm not saying you have a lot of trauma, but you have some amount of trauma that comes with being somebody who has felt different your whole life and not having the language to describe why you feel so different or how different you feel or why you feel like you can't fit in with people. Because you know that there's something that's there, but you don't know what it is. So you're just living your life and you don't have the language for it. And that can be traumatic, guys. It can be traumatic. It can be traumatic. Are you and the girl actually dating? Or somebody says, why do you always film with her? I film with her because she's a fantastic actress. and she's really good. You know, I'm like, well, why you want me to switch up the actress? I mean, I will. We'll get some different ones in there, but I think Emily is fantastic. My cat is called Kojo. What am I supposed to do with that information? My cat is called Kojo. Ooh, this is a good one right here. Hypersexuality is how I found out I'm AuDHD. Ooh, this is a good one right here. This is not one of my signs, guys. So I have 6 signs of AuDHD in public tonight. No, I guess you could have, sex in public, but I wouldn't recommend it, guys. You can get caught and it wouldn't be a good thing for you. But aside from that, hypersexuality, you do see this in autism and ADHD. This is actually, yeah, this is actually something that could help you arrive at a diagnosis. And if you don't have a provider who asks the right question and you present to the clinic with hypersexuality, there's a good chance that you could be misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder. Because when people think of hypersexuality, I think the first thought is bipolar disorder, somebody who's manic, somebody who is on a like a high, and they're just making all these decisions and they're leaning all into their emotions and they want to have fun. But you can have hypersexuality with autism and ADHD. And I know not only from personal experience, but also having patients. Because look, when you have autism and ADHD, you struggle to regulate yourself, right? And what's one of the quickest ways to regulate yourself? The good old Mickey Ficky, the good old shucking, right? That's one of the quickest ways to regulate yourself. And sometimes you will look to regulate yourself and you hook up with people that don't like you or people that you don't like. So this is actually a good point right here. Good point right here. And thank you for sharing, G. Thomas. That explains my 20s and 30s. Yeah. And guys, also another reason why sometimes we can have hypersexuality is because our frontal lobes don't fully develop until a little bit later. So sometimes not until you're like 30 years old that you have a fully developed frontal lobe. So until your frontal lobe is developed, you're not making the best decisions for yourself, right? You're going off of pure emotion and you're going off of what feels good, and you disregard the consequences that could come later. And look, guys, I'm very upfront and vulnerable about my life and some of my choices, and I've definitely struggled with this. I've definitely struggled with it. And the older I've gotten, I'm like, hold up, I didn't need to be in all those relationships. I didn't need to be with this girl and that girl, and that wasn't necessary. I probably just needed a hug. I just needed a hug. That's all. A good hug and the PlayStation controller is what I needed. A good hug, send me back home so I can get on the game. I didn't need to be, shucking all around town. But I made those mistakes so I can come back and tell y'all. So I had to go shucking so I can come back and tell y'all, hey guys, don't do that. Find other ways to regulate yourself. Or if you're going to be shucking around town or shucking, find safe people to shuck with, right? The problem is not the shucking. The problem is who you're shucking with. That's the key right there. It's not well, it could be who you're shucking or the amount of people that you're shucking, but have people that you actually like and people that like you. And, or if you have one safe person you can shuck with all the time, even better, even better, even better. I didn't know what that meant in my 20s. What do you mean? What do you mean one safe person? What do you mean one safe person? And see, this is what I'm talking about. You'll be misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder, and it could be autism and ADHD, guys. So it's important to have a clinician who asks all the right questions. All the right questions. I married my first, and he ended up making me a beard. What does beard mean, guys? Can somebody help me out? I'm not familiar with the terminology. Making me a beard. What does beard mean? Help me out, guys. Help me out, chat. My AuDHD was misdiagnosed as bipolar. Yep. Beard is a gay man's wife. Gay man's wife. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm like, how does a gay man have a wife? But it's starting to click for me. Gotcha. Okay. I'm 57. I've been hypersexual since I was a teen. Always been long-term relationships. Now, guys, look, if you have, let's say you're in a long-term relationship with somebody and that's your person and you're hypersexual, then it's not a problem. or maybe let's say if you have like a whatever poly thing, like if you're doing it with safe people, then it's not a problem. Then you're having fun. But if you're just kind of like skipping and hopping around town, it can be a problem. The beard's a mask. Gotcha. I learned something new today. The beard is a mask. The beard is a mask. Cool. Didn't know until he found he was on the download. Oh, dang, that sucks. It's kind of like in the Elton John movie where he married the girl, but then he was like, "Oh no, I'm gay." So the girl was a beard. Gotcha. And also, yes, you can also, I guess you can call it hyposexual, but you can also have moments where you don't want any shucking at all. So yeah. Number 2, 6 signs of autism and ADHD in public. Number 2, you rehearse what you're going to say. You rehearse what you are going to say. There are people who go into conversations, guys, and they talk with the words that come up on the fly. They don't just have premeditated things to say. They actually talk and they're in the moment. If you rehearse what you're going to say prior to having said conversation, that is an autism and ADHD thing. If you rehearse what you are going to say. And yes, when you are shucking, be mindful of a narcissist. Yeah, they could take advantage of you. That's right. Having shower arguments outside of the shower. Yep. And when you rehearse what you're going to say before you have certain conversations, it actually helps out. Like if you rehearse your conversations in advance and you talk to people, you will be smoother. You will appear to be more articulate because it's kind of like a test where you had the answers before. Like if you have the answer to the test, you're going to do well. So this is kind of your way of giving yourself answers to the test before it's time to go take the test. You just rehearse the conversation. You think of the different things that they can say to you, and you come up with different responses. And this takes some of the cognitive load off of your head, because when you're neurodivergent and you are pretending to be neurotypical, in your day-to-day life, is going to be very exhausting. You're going to be drained. You're going to be tired. So to reduce some of the load, if you premeditate and you have the response, before it's time to go talk, now you can have smooth conversations with people. You can be smooth. Rehearsing the conversation because I was pissed off. And someone on TikTok says, if only I could apply to taking an actual test. Yeah, that'd be nice. Somebody on TikTok says, I have full arguments in my head that never happen. And look, if you have arguments in your head that never happen, then when those arguments could happen, you know what to say. Yeah, that's funny. Columbus, Ohio, and that is September 24th, the Thursday. I'll be in Ohio. Can't wait to see you, Jacqueline. Can't wait to see you. It's going to be good. I rehearse and rehearse. But when I have the conversation, I get too anxious and my rehearsal goes out of my head and I freeze. That sounds like autism or ADHD. Now, I'm not diagnosing you, but I'm saying that that's consistent with this community. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. For sure. I assumed everyone rehearsed conversations before they happen, and a lot of us don't know that this is neurodivergent because it's the only way we've ever lived our life. So it's news to us that everyone doesn't do this. And I've definitely rehearsed conversations in advance because I don't want to look like I'm, you know, the odd man out. So I'm like, all right, let me just think of what could be said to me and come up with different responses. So that way, when I'm asked a certain question, I have about 4 or 5 different responses. And then that's one way to pretend to be normal. Now, I am tired of having to pretend like I'm normal, but I have pretended as if I am normal to make things easier for me, to make life easier for me. That's why we do it. It's not because we don't like ourselves, but we want to make life easier for ourselves. So if you have responses to things that could be said to you, now we get to be normal for 10 hours out of the day, 8 hours. Someone says, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. What'd you do this weekend? Oh, I got out the house a little bit, checked out a few restaurants, watching TV. Now, you didn't leave the house this weekend, but you're just saying that because it sounds nice coming out of your mouth. Oh, what are you into? Oh, I like fine arts. You don't know what fine arts means. You're just saying it because it sounds good. I like fine arts. I like traveling. I like reading. You haven't read a book in years. You listen to audiobooks. You say, oh, I like reading. I like to educate myself. You don't even read. It just sounds nice to say. When you're ending a conversation with somebody, you're like, oh, take care, take care. Oh, I'll talk to you soon. Oh, yeah, I'll talk to you soon as well. You have no plans to talk to this person, but you're just saying that because it sounds nice. Oh, yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, I'll call you back. Yeah. For sure, for sure. Take care, bro. I do this, and sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it because it becomes so automatic. So every now and then I have to realize, I'm like, Kojo, you a damn liar. You a big liar. Lying to these folks like you're going to get back to them. Not that I don't want to get back to you. I be busy. I've been moving from one thing to the next. Wyoming in the house. What's up, Wyoming? Okay, Wyoming in the house. And Jasmine says rehearsing is a game changer. It really is. It really is. And when you are rehearsing, you sound you look a little crazy when you rehearse. Like if somebody had a camera on you rehearsing at home, you would look a little crazy, right? You're about to go to this big event, this big social gathering. It's gonna be some baddies out there, or for the women, it's gonna be some fellas out there, or for whatever you're into, whatever you're into, there's gonna be that out there. So it's gonna be some baddies out there. So you're just kind of rehearsing. You're talking to yourself. Oh, hey, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. But you're like, okay, I have another response. Oh, I'm from LA. I'm gonna say I'm from LA this time. Okay. What do you like to do? I like to watch football, but I like to travel. Where do you like to travel to? I like to travel just all across the U.S. I mean, I'll travel for work. I'll travel for comedy. I like to travel to Europe. I like to go to Canada. Different responses just to make yourself seem a bit more interesting. Because when you do that, people don't ask you, too many follow-up questions. But then when you're confused, it's like, damn. That's when they ask you all the questions. Like, damn, like I didn't practice that. Like now I'm taking forever to answer the question, and now I just feel more awkward. Even if you aren't awkward, but you feel like you're awkward, it'll throw the vibe off because you feel like you're awkward. Bonita, I saw you in New York. Good to see you. And you're right. When people say talk to you soon or let's meet up soon, they don't mean that they're going to actually meet up with you. It took me a while to realize that. But when people are saying, hey, I'll call you back, they're not going to call you back. They're just trying to get off the phone. They may as well say, hey, I'm about to go look outside the window right now. I'll call you back. And they're, especially sometimes it's the parental equivalent of maybe. Ooh, that's the good one right there. Andrea, write that down. That's a good one right there. Yep. When you were a kid and you would ask your parents for something, can we go to McDonald's today? Maybe. Nah, you're not going. You're not going. You're not going. Can I get a filet o fish sometime this week? Maybe. Nah, you're not going. You gotta eat the food at home. You gotta eat the food at home. You're not going nowhere. Likewise, Bonita. Likewise. Yeah, Andrea, gotta trademark that. That's facts. I'll call you back in like 3 days. Sometimes you don't get to call back at all. We should get together sometime. And look, this is most people's out like after a date. A date could have gone so bad. Like this could be the worst first date of all time. You're like, we should get together sometime. Now you know when you get in your car and you leave, you're not gonna text a person again. Now you're not gonna be rude, but like the date went like so bad. This is the worst date of all time. And still somehow at the end of the day, you're like, oh yeah, we should, yeah, hit me up, we should get together, yeah. No, you don't want to get together with them. You're just saying it because you rehearse. It's a rehearsed response. That's not even what you believe. It just sounds nice to say it. Signs that you may have autism and ADHD, and yet Andrea-isms, and that even rolls off the tongue. Andrea-isms. I like that. I like that. Andrea-isms. I like that. Signs you may have autism and ADHD. This one in public, but this one goes without, you shouldn't need any further explanation by this, but you become overwhelmed by noise, lights, or crowds. And that one actually goes into my next one. My next one, I had it as the sixth one, but I need to put it next. Because if you become overwhelmed by noises, lights, or crowds, it's going to dictate your day. You know that when you go out into certain environments, you're going to have a bad time because it's going to get too loud for you. It's going to be too bright for you, or it's going to be too many people. When you go out to a sporting event, you know that you could have a good time. But even if your team wins, there's a lot of people in the stadium, and it can be overwhelming. Imagine being at an Alabama football game, 100,000 people deep in the stadium. That's 2% of the whole entire state's population, all crammed inside Bryant-Denny Stadium. And you look around, and you see all the red, and you see the lights, and it's flashing. And then they're playing Dixieland Delight. You're having a good time as long as you don't realize how many people are actually there. So when I'm at a football game, I have a good time. I have a great time. I only get anxious when I realize that there's a lot of people there and that leaving is going to be a potential nightmare. So sometimes I try and leave, like, if it's a blowout, you can leave in the fourth quarter. But if it's a close game, I'm like, nah, I gotta stay. I gotta stay because it's a close game. Like it's worth the trouble. Or when I go to a Dodgers game, I like my LA Dodgers, but leaving a Dodgers game is absolutely dreadful. Oh my good. If you leave at the end when everybody leaves, which is what you do when the Dodgers win, it is a nightmare to get out of Dodger Stadium. And Brandon says, just that description of the game has me not go. Well, luckily, there's not a lot of big sporting events in Wyoming. So, Brandon, you're probably in the right place. You're probably in the right place. Lorraine says, you got me spinning my emotions. No one gets it. Lorena, I get it. Lorena, I get it. I get it. My mom makes it sound and it makes me feel like I want to shut my ears. Like this overrides what I'm doing. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Emily on TikTok says, I yell or talk very loudly whenever in spaces, even if there's not many people at a restaurant. My husband will ask me why I'm talking so loudly, but I hear all the sounds as muffled. Okay, Emily. Okay, I see that. You're taking in everything all at once. You're taking in everything all at once. Mm. This is funny right here. School events when you leave. And school events can be difficult because these are environments where you're expected to be, you know, like chill. You're expected to be cordial at a school event. Like there's a lot of fake smiling that goes into being at a school event. So you can't be like, oh man, I'm gonna get out of here. You can't be like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Emily, people can relate. Emily, people can relate. People can relate. Um, People can relate. Oh, when it's hot is even worse. It is. It is. It is. And that brings me to my next one. And I think somebody alluded to it. What was it, Bonita? Um, Somebody alluded to my next point. I can't find the comment. But this right here is definitely a sign of autism and ADHD in public. This next one. It was number 6, but I'm going to make it number 4. You wear headphones or sunglasses to make public spaces more manageable. Some of us never leave the house without these. I hate it when I left the house and I realized that I did not have my headphones with me. It almost ruins my whole day. But when I check the car and I see that I have these with me, I know that I can do anything. With my headphones, I can do anything. I can be in any environment. Like I can do anything. Because I put them over my ear, now I'm chilling. You can make all the noise you want. I'm good. I'm Gucci because I got my headphones. I got my headphones. I was looking for my shades too. My shades are somewhere here. Or maybe they're in the car. Can't find them. Hopefully my shades are in the car. Headphones. Oh, you're saying use earplugs. Earplugs work too. I like these because these catch it all. Like put it over my ear. I can't hear a single thing you're saying. Headphones while shopping. And also, African church be loud. That's sunglasses are another hack. If you find yourself wearing sunglasses all over the place, yeah, it could be autism and ADHD. I wear sunglasses at the airport, not to look cool. I think that they do make me look cool, but it's not to look cool, but it's to allow me to not be so bothered by all of the things happening in the airport. When you're in the airport and you have these on with some shades, oh, we're chill now. I'm good. I'm good. With all the traveling that I have to do being on tour, the past, my goodness, the past, when did I start traveling as a national headlining comedian? I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, so the past 3 years of my life, let's say, I've been on airplanes 1 to 2 weekends out of the month, sometimes more. That's not normal, guys. It's not normal to be on airplanes like that and to be traveling like that. Probably part of the reason why, I'm not in a relationship. I'm always gone. But when you're traveling that much, you just can't tolerate certain things. I can't do the smells. I can't do farts on airplanes. I always have masks. I always have masks. You will never catch me at the airport without a mask, without shades, and without headphones. I will have all three because I have to protect myself. I don't know what's going to happen. I got to protect myself. I need all three. Mask, and the mask is only for like when I get on the plane and I'm about to go to sleep because I don't want to be, shook or woken up by, like an awful smell. So I keep a mask on me. I keep a nice little mask on me. But then I got the shades on too, and I got the headphones. Yeah, now I'm able to travel. But I honestly think that if I didn't have those three, it would be very difficult for me to do comedy and to travel. It's because these are long flights coming from the West Coast to Boston, like I'm gonna do in 3 weeks. West Coast to Beverly, Massachusetts, to Springfield, Massachusetts, Connecticut. West Coast to Alabama, West Coast to Ohio, West Coast to these are long flights. That's a long time. Neck pillow. I'm not a big neck pillow guy, but I mean I wouldn't be opposed to it. The most important thing is I need the mask, I need the shades, and I need the headphones. And because people be farting on planes, the mask is probably the most important thing I need. I go mask number 1. Number 2, I go headphones. Then 3, shades. If it's night, I switch up 2 and 3. Mask, shades, then headphones. Because in order for me to sleep on the plane, I want it to be really dark, like super dark. So a really good pair of shades will make it seem like it's nighttime. And Gabby says, I'm a therapist who has had a goal to be a comedian. Gabby, do it. Find you an open mic somewhere in your city, in your town, and do it. Lawson Powell says, OMG, I bring the big headphones everywhere. Is that a sign? I mean, I can't say that bringing headphones everywhere is a sign that you're autistic and have ADHD, but the person who has autism and ADHD will roll around with things like this. And they won't be ashamed about it. Either this, or you'll have like the AirPods in, or you could even have the Meta glasses on, and then you can go like this to increase the volume of the glasses, and then go like this to decrease it. Anything to help you create your own world within the world. Yeah. Blackout curtains. Very helpful for some of us. Constant earplugs. Yeah, they can help without the soundproofing of the environment. Big headphone, listen to one. That's me too. That's me too right there. And Emily says, how come ADHD and autism have overlapping symptoms? Because both of them are spectrums. So if ADHD is right here, if ADHD is a spectrum like this, autism is also its own spectrum. So they're both spectrums, so symptoms can overlap. We don't refer to ADHD as being a spectrum, but it is a spectrum. It most definitely is a spectrum. It definitely is a spectrum. Ooh, this is another one right here. Signs you may have autism and ADHD in public. Number 5? Where am I on the list? Yes, number 5. You impulse buy things you didn't come for. Yeah. You go to the store, you have a list of things that you need to buy. You need you some cereal, you need you some water, you need some protein shake, you need some stuff for the dog, you need some laundry supplies. And then you end up buying some headphones that you didn't plan on buying. That's actually how I bought these headphones. I didn't plan on buying headphones, and I realized that I had lost my other pair of headphones. I'm like, you know what? I do need some headphones. I'm like, damn, these things are kind of expensive. Swipe. I got it. I'm like, I need it. I need it. And luckily, I will use this. However, I like following my budget, but I didn't follow the budget when I got this. I'm like, nah, I'm going to use it. Swipe. You impulse buy things that you didn't anticipate on buying. And guys, sometimes this is just kind of how life is. If you have autism and ADHD and you struggle with impulsivity, the same impulsivity that could lead to hypersexuality is the same impulsivity that will have you buying $300, $400 headphones, actually, if I'm being honest, without you making a plan for it. And then we justify it by saying, I really need some headphones. Well, Coder, you could have got some headphones that cost $30 or $80. You didn't have to spend this money on the headphones, but I'm like, no, I need it. And then you lie to yourself to justify why you impulse bought some expensive headphones. And not Gabby, it is a lot of money. And my brother has these same headphones, and he's been raving about them. He's been trying to get me to buy them for 2 years. I'm like, no, I don't want to spend that money. I found myself in Walmart. I didn't have headphones. I'm like, you know what? Shit. I don't think some headphones would hurt me right now. We always find a way to justify the impulse purchases or buying another pair of $200 running shoes on the way to something else. And Andrea is right. What you really should do, honestly, to curb the impulsivity is you should wait a week. You should wait a week. And if you don't forget about it and still want it, then you get it. I do think if I waited a week, I would have got these headphones regardless. But maybe I'm just saying that to defend the impulse buy. And maybe I'm just trying to defend my lack of planning. But if you give yourself some grace, now you don't want to be impulsive with everything, but give yourself some grace and give yourself some leeway to make some impulse purchases. But give yourself a number that you don't want to go above. Say, okay, guys, hey, nothing over $25. That's what I should have done. Nothing over $25. I could allow myself to buy something impulsively, but nothing over $25. You have to give yourself a hard limit, or else it won't be good. It really won't be good. And somebody says, waiting a week is so real. I add to my cart and decide later. That's also super smart. That's also super smart. Add to your cart and then come back to it tomorrow. Even if you give yourself 24 hours, you'll make better decisions. Add the cart, come back in 24 hours. If in 24 hours you still want it, get it. But then you wake up the next day, you're like, hold up. I don't want none of this stuff. I was going to spend $175 on 4 items from the TikTok shop. I don't use any of these things. What was I thinking yesterday? Oh, I was low on sleep. Another good rule. Don't buy before bed. Don't buy before bed. Don't buy before bed. Is this purchase worth the X? No, this is it right here. You're like, damn, I want to buy this new. Okay, all right. So right now, the thing that I want to buy not impulsively, the thing that I want to buy is NCAA 27 and Madden 27. Okay. Those two games will cost me, I think, $140 for the pre-order. $140. All right. Now, looking at my schedule, I'm not going to have time to play video games like that. Now, if I was younger and I played video games for like 4, 5, 6 hours a day, yeah, but I don't have time to do that. But some part of me wants to go buy these games and spend $150 on 2 games that I may not play that much. So now I'm like, okay, is this worth the X number of hours of working to go buy 2 games that I probably won't play? Now, I'll get the games later when it's like Black Friday or it goes on sale or when I have a gap in my schedule. But we just added a couple more comedy dates, so I don't have those gaps in my schedule to just hop on the game and play. But I sure do enjoy playing the game, but I don't have the time. So I'm not gonna waste $150, or I wouldn't call it waste, but we can wait. We can wait on the game. We can wait on the game. And yes, cheers. Big water break because my throat. Well, I like this. My mom told me that people used to put the cards in a plastic bag and freeze it so it wouldn't be easy to get to if they want to spend too much. See, this worked back in the day, but now some of us have our card numbers memorized. I surely have them memorized. So I can cut up my card right now and I can still go on Amazon and purchase because I have it in my head. So what's the point? What's the point of freezing it if you're gonna memorize a card number regardless? Right. It's on the phone too. So I mean, worth a shot. Freeze it if you want, but you have it on your phone. You have it on your phone. Ooh, number 6. Ooh, this one right here. This is a lot of us. Ooh, Mickey Ficky. 6 signs of autism and ADHD in public. Number 6. You avoid asking employees for help unless you absolutely have to. Autonomy. This comes from a need for autonomy. Every neurodivergent person needs to have some type of autonomy in their life. You need to feel like you have agency over a couple of things in your life, because a big part of your life revolves around asking people for help. You will need help in order to feel like a functioning human being. If you have autism and ADHD, you will need help in order to feel like a functioning human being. That help can look like somebody who helps you communicate. It can look like somebody helping you find a different job that pays better. It can look like you having a housekeeper, a dog walker, a friend to talk to, somebody to come over and help you get stuff done, a body doubling person who helps you get emails sent. You will need some type of help, some way, somehow. So when you need so much help, you feel a bit frustrated and hopeless. So you want to do things on your own. So when you go to the store and you're looking for something and you know that it's somewhere in the vicinity, but you don't know where it is, instead of asking somebody for help, you would rather walk around the store for 20 minutes. You walk up, down, left, right, all over the store. And then when you can't find it, you're like, all right, you either ask somebody for help or you go home and then you Instacart it. Because you wanted to do anything but ask for help. But you really wanted to think. You just didn't want to ask for help. So we have to get better when it comes to asking for help. I can't even talk, man. A housekeeper, probably one of the most transformative things that you can get help for. As a neurodivergent person, if you're able, even if you get it once a month or once every couple of months, just every now and then, having the housekeeper come in and clean. It doesn't have to be a deep clean, but just somebody who can come in and rearrange a place. Oh my gosh. I had a housekeeper come in this week. I felt like crying after they left. Everything was so organized. Everything was folded neatly. I was like, this is incredible. Like, I came inside the house and I just sat here and I didn't have the words. I was like, oh my goodness. And I knew I needed the help. I was like, I need a new housekeeper. I'll go on later. And the week, like, was it last weekend? Last weekend I spent a whole day cleaning the place. Now, they were supposed to come that day and they couldn't come. But I spent a whole day cleaning the place because I couldn't continue to live in an absolute mess. I'm like, all right, this is embarrassing. I gotta clean. But it took me a whole day, like 12 hours to clean. 12 hours to clean. Guys. And even if you have a friend who can come over and help you out, friends don't let friends clean their own place. They come over, they listen to music with you, they watch movies, and they help you fold it. And then after that, you go to their house, help them out. That could be very powerful right there. Very powerful. Not being rude. Are your videos with your wife just skits, or are they they're skits? They're skits, guys. Your wife is my daughter. Well, guys, I guess I've been given a wife. At this point, I don't know if I could have a wife in real life. I'd be like, hey guys, this is my wife. It's like, no. Where's Emily? Where's Emily at? No, guys, this is my actual wife. No, where's Emily? No, but this is my wife, and these are my kids. We don't care about her. Bring us Emily. Another reason I'm striving for financial freedom: you can buy off stress and need cleaners. And guys, ADHD and autism, a side effect of these conditions is that it's going to be expensive. It will come at a cost. So whatever your money glitch is, everybody has a money glitch. Well, I don't know about everybody, but everybody has things that come to them naturally. It may or may not make money, okay? But if you have something that comes to you naturally that makes you money, hold on to that skill type because that's your leverage. This is the realest thing I've said on live stream. Whatever you have as a talent or a skill or a degree or whatever you do, that is your advantage that can help you generate revenue. Whatever is your money glitch, hold on to that because that is where your freedom lies. Because maybe you aren't the best at cleaning your place. Maybe you aren't the best at doing the dishes or sweeping or mopping. But if you can pay somebody to do it, to give you more time to then pick up an extra shift to work, it would take off a lot of stress. A lot of stress. Guys, there it goes. That's my actual wife right there, Diana. I've been trying to hide her from the world, but I couldn't show the world my actual wife because I knew y'all were gonna be like, no, we want Emily. I'm like, no, but Diana's my actual lady. It's my actual lady. I thought you were married to the lady in skits. No, that means that the skits are good. That means that we make good skits. That means that they're believable. That's great. Music helps me clean. I end up getting distracted having a STEM party. Music is helpful. Sometimes being in a good mood can help you get things done. So if you're cleaning your place, where you're like, find a way to get whatever is your easiest way to get the place clean. If you organize for fun, hey, because if you're having fun, you don't realize that you're cleaning the place. You don't realize that you're actually, laying the bed. That's important. That's funny right there. That's funny right there. I love to see your wife and babies when you have them watch that live. Okay. Yeah. I may bring them on the internet. I'm not sure if I would do that. I'm not sure, actually. Because so much of my life is public. I'm not sure if I'd actually bring my real life wife on the internet. I think there's a better chance of me marrying Emily than doing that. Melissa, it takes off a lot of stress. Yeah, it takes off a lot of stress. A lot of stress. A lot of stress. Having hair salon gave me 2 places to clean. Ooh, it's a lot of places to clean. It's a lot of places to clean. Where it sure says they skid on them. That's funny. That's actually funny right there. Skid. Show's coming up preview. Ray Flash. That's funny. Dakota, I'm good. How you doing? We're vibing right here. Who's Emily? Emily's my wife. Jessica, keep it to myself, huh? Keep something to myself, right? Keep something to myself, right? I like that. Appreciate you, Dakota. Yes, sir. I'm happy you can come on live too. I appreciate that. You also have the RAM person that. Hey, yep. That's the beauty of short form content. That is the beauty of short form content for sure. Someone's like, "Where's your wife? Look, where's your wife? Where's your wife?" They're that version SNL. That's funny. I can't tell them. Oh, okay. That's funny. But yourself and Emily aren't just colleagues, right? Yeah, no, we're good friends for sure. We're good friends for sure. Emily's a very special person to me, for sure. Most definitely. And like I said, we'll have different actresses and actors in the skits. But I know that Emily has a big hold on the community, and she's been a big contributor. So, people really appreciate her, and that's the magic of making content. And also, she actually does have autism and ADHD, so it makes it so much easier to make the skits when somebody actually is neurodivergent, and I'm also neurodivergent as well. Because the best acting comes from lived experiences. So it's not even acting, actually. It's actually not even acting. It's actually very real. It's her acting, her portraying things that are going on in her actual life, and me portraying things that are going on in my actual life, or scenarios that I've actually been in, just like her. Local business shout out. Okay. Well, when I come to Beverly, I hope to learn a little bit more about your local business. I hope to learn a little bit more about it. I have a special person, and OMG, it's so beautiful to have someone. It is a beautiful thing to have somebody. It really is a beautiful thing to have somebody. It is. An IRL stream of Pillow Family would be interesting. It would. It would. We have to see if she's down for that. We have to look into that. We have to look into that. I know. I mean, I think back to some of my favorite shows growing up. I also got super invested in the couples. Like, it would be like real life to me. Like, I thought that Martin was actually with Gina. And when I figured out that they weren't like together in real life, it crushed me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, no. I'm like, no. I thought Gina and Martin were together. I thought they were in love. Like, it kind of crushed me. It ruined. I mean, it didn't ruin the show for me, but it was kind of like a little letdown. I'm like, dang it. I thought that they were like in love. So it kind of can crush you when you're like, damn, that was my favorite couple. There's a new girl that skits. I hate the new girl. Bring back the old girl. Do you have kids? No kids that I know of. No kids that I know of. I love the patience that you show, Emily. Reinforce that I don't just get anger when I case with emotions. That's how I started following you. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. No, the skits have gone a long way to really illustrate some real life neurodivergent scenarios. And they are one of my favorite ways to communicate. They really are. The boy who was crying because Jaylen Brown was traded. I did not see that, but his tears were warranted. The fact that Jaylen Brown was traded for Paul George makes no sense. Makes no sense. They just gave him up. That's crazy. Let me see. When you have someone who gets you without over explaining. Right. And that's one thing I will say about the skits. I think that one thing I know for sure is that Emily has dated people who are just like me, and I have dated people who are just like her. So it's almost like dating or marrying Emily would be an extension of my past relationships, and then vice versa. So that's actually an interesting realization. Definitely an interesting realization. So I think all that helps to, make chemistry in the videos, because you have to at least imagine how you would be with somebody in real life to make things walk. I want to learn to do that. Would be a drama 24/7. What do you mean be drama 24/7? That's funny. That's funny. Definitely not. I know. The moment I said that, I was like, hold up. Why did I say that? I was like, why did I say that? I'm like, hold up. Are those the words that I wanted to choose? Like, is that what I wanted to really say? It is the truth, though. I guess I'm just, you know, this speak oversharing. Bit of an overshare. I know it was an overshare. That was an overshare right there. Definitely an overshare. I know she would agree with that though, but it's definitely an overshare. There are past relationships for right. No, you make a good point right there. You make it. Someone says we caught you. You caught me. You caught me. You caught me. You caught me. An overshare. Yeah, but yeah, the rumors will go on regardless. But I will say that at this point, hey, hey, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Maybe we get married on camera. We'll have to see. Whatever helps the storyline. Whatever helps the storyline. You say you were a drama queen, and then you say you were a drama queen, and then if you were dating, essentially you saw drama 24/7. Oh no. That's right. That's right. And you'll never catch me saying anything disparaging about Emily or anybody online. But I could just talk about myself. I am a drama queen myself. So if I'm with somebody who is like me, then it's like, hey, how much drama can we have in this household? How much drama can we have in this household? We are in the Q&A section, by the way. Negative thoughts that keep coming up. You have to drown them out with positive thoughts. Drown them out with positive thoughts. Sometimes there's no refrain. We have to drown them out with positive thoughts. A drama llama. AuDHD wedding day short form content would be. Oh, so y'all want to see a wedding? Oh, Yo-Yo Lee saying Seattle. I spoke about the Seattle tour date and why we weren't able to do it. I should not have announced the show in advance. I tried to get the Seattle show going July 16th. We weren't able to do it. So I will look to come around to Seattle sometime later this year. But my apologies on not being able to, land the Seattle show. My apologies. AuDHD wedding day. But I mean, I will say that out of everybody that I've been married to in this case or whatever, she is my greatest partner. When it comes to these kids, she is my greatest partner by far. Emily is the best. I know that doesn't help to quell the rumors, but that's facts. I've had some good partners, but she's the best. Now it's a similar. This is funny to me. As a symbol of your commitment, you will exchange vowels and stems. That's funny. That's funny. The things you just spill out. Oh yeah. Y'all just got me talking. Y'all just got me talking today. Oversharing like can make you fakey. Maybe I need to get some more sleep. That's what I need to do. I'm just oversharing like a make it fakey. Let me see. Why not? Back out week. Someone says you'll think about this for weeks. I probably will. I probably will. You didn't know Chick-fil-A had chicken nuggets. In the moment when she said that, I didn't know. After the fact, I'm like, I think Chick-fil-A got chicken nuggets. But I should have known that. Jake, I should have known that Chick-fil-A has chicken nuggets. As much as I give him my money, I should have known that. What has 4 letters, sometimes has 9, and never has 5? I don't know. Put me on. And yes, it is. It's when you find your person is the best. Andrea, shout out. You found your person. Jake, I appreciate you, my guy. 1 p.m. in Korea. It's 8:51 on the West Coast here in the United States. The haircut gave me this haircut that I would have been like. See, the haircut made me overshare. I need my main barber. I should never have cheated on my barber. I should never have cheated on my barber. So, oh my goodness. Why's your hair matted, baby? Oh, that's your ear. I was like, why is your hair matted? That's her ear. When you leave your person for self-healing is the worst. Ooh. What do you mean by that, Jessica? Nice haircut, looks good. Thank you, Yolis. I appreciate that. I'm happy y'all like it. I'm happy y'all like it. I'm about to go back to my main barber. I was like, I ain't pleased. Oh, Kyle, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Gabby on TikTok, I appreciate you as well. Jessica, thank you for coming on the live stream. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Landon says, where's the wife? Hey, the beauty of short form content. I rarely see Coda live. Oh, you mean I'm live twice a week? It was once a week because I didn't do Tuesday, but I'm live twice a week. I'm live twice a week. When do you come back to H-Town, Kristen? I cannot wait to come back to Houston. Oh my goodness, Houston had such a good time. The moment I'm done with this special and done with this tour, I may come to Houston. I may kick off the next tour in Houston again. I really might do that. I would love to come to Houston next year. Houston was amazing. Houston was amazing. Oh, you do have some matted hair. Oh my goodness, matted hair. I gotta get this dog groomed. Hippie Ashes, I appreciate you. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for coming through. Please binge watch the videos and let me know what you think about them. I'm cooking dinner for my person right now. I wish I had somebody cooking dinner for me. Am I going to have a baby after the tour? I don't plan on it. I don't plan on it, but I don't plan on it. I don't. I look like baby. Yeah, I look too young. I look too young. I want to be a cool uncle. When you're unmasking, it does help to talk to your friends every now and then, or to force socialization when you're unmasking. Because when you're unmasking, you won't want to do anything because your capacity goes like this. Like literally, you can't do all the things that you were able to do, and that's very frustrating. Yeah, no, the haircut's making me look young. It is. Denver, no Denver tour dates yet, but I'd love to add Denver. Where is Emily? Not here, but may have to get her here to satisfy y'all. Ooh. So the chicken teriyaki, I lost taste for it, but I think I might go back to it. I may go back to it. I am still on the empanadas though. I am still on the empanadas. So the empanadas have been carrying me through. But the chicken teriyaki and Diet Coke, I might go back to it. Because that's my safe food for real. Like the skit that we have on TikTok that's going viral right now about the safe food, or Emily talking about the lack of a safe food. I need me a good empanada right now. Apples and dill dip stick. Someone says, "Are you single?" We'll let that. We'll let my loyal supporters answer that question. Some my loyal supporters can answer that question. Somebody asked if I'm single. My supporters will answer that question. Gabby says, I need that therapy, comedy, inspiration. I'll have to YouTube. Gabby, all true learning is done on the job. You have to get up and go to open mic and do it. All true learning is done on the job. So the only way to do comedy is to tell bad jokes and get a little bit better. Tell a little bit less bad jokes, get a little bit better. Tell good jokes. You just have to do it. Are you single? Leilani says, eyes emoji. He's married. He has many wives. He has many wives. Taken by God. Amen. Amen. Ooh, hold up. Indian style empanadas. I need that. I need that. He's single, has 5 wives, and a pregnant wife. That's funny. That's actually funny right there. 5 wives and a pregnant wife. And you would think that that's a giveaway when somebody's pregnant and once kid and then the next kid they're fine. I'll throw up on stage. No, you wouldn't. You do fine. You'd be fine. You'll be fine. Real life wife and internet wives. Samoas and a farmer all that shucking. I wish. I literally quit my summer job because OCD and anxiety made me have so many panic attacks. Any tips? Well, I would say for panic attacks, sometimes having some ice in your hand or some sour candy can be helpful. Or maybe having a job that's more in line with what you want to do or somewhere where you feel more safe. 1 second here. Hey, Mom, how are you? I'm fine, thank you right now. How about you? Mm-hmm. Can I call you a little bit later? I'm on my live stream. I'll call you back. Okay, I'll call you for real. Bye-bye. And I actually will call my mom back. When you say you call your mom back, you gotta actually call your mom back. We have the Late Night Show, Dr. Kojo. It has his own YouTube page. Then we have like my main YouTube page. Hi, Mama. The work wife. I've read my work wives. What? I mean, by the definition of work wife, I actually have a work wife. Somebody I go to work with who is my wife. So by the literal autistic definition of a work wife, I have a work wife. If that makes sense. If we're literally talking about a work wife. Everybody who says, "Oh, that's my work wife," whatever. Nah, they're not doing good things. They're not doing good things. Oh, that's my work wife. You ain't got no work wife. They ain't your work wife. Go home to your real wife. Ain't your work wife. I have an actual work wife. I have an actual one. My 15-year-old. Congratulations. Lisa, congratulations. Congrats to your 15-year-old. That's awesome. OMG, I followed you so long ago on YouTube because I thought you were cute, still cute. I appreciate that. Thank you for following. I'll do my best to stay cute. Thank you. It's Ames on TikTok. I'll do my best to stay cute. You used to have a work mama? Oh, okay. What's the question, Caitlin? Talk to me. I had a work wife and I'm a hetero female. Okay. Yeah, my mama doing good. I'm scared my therapist will give me harder exposure to deal with my anxiety because it's getting bad. Well, that's kind of how it is. Like after you get over one thing, then you go on to something harder. So, you take it step by step. Before you know it, you'll be able to do things that, you thought you never would be able to do. So take it step by step. Step by step. Husband from Ghana too. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Oh, your husband looks like me? Okay, that's what's up. Oh, no, I don't. I'm afraid of furries. I'm afraid of furries. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm afraid of furries. Like real deal, I'm afraid of them. So I'm gonna have to go no. Like I'm not anti-furry. I'm just afraid of them. Hey, come out to a show. Come out to a show. We're on tour. I appreciate you. No, I don't do furries. Like for real. Like I don't do them. I don't. I'm so afraid of them. I'm so afraid of them. I don't know what happened to me as a kid, but I'm afraid of them. The problem with learning about how unfaithful people can be is it can consume your sense of faithfulness. Right. Oh, there's some faithful people out here. They'll let a few, bad apples ruin everything for everybody. Oh, are you a furry? I mean, look, I'm not afraid of you as like the person, like who you are behind it, but furries as a whole thing, I am a little afraid of it. I ain't gonna lie. I am like I wouldn't even Google it. Now somebody puts a photo of a furry to try and spook me. I knew you're gonna try and do that. Like you're not gonna spook me. Like I mean, like I can look at a furry and be like, hey, but like for me to go Google furries on my own, nah, I'm scared of furries. I am. Are furries like a kink thing? Like how's that work? I'm just afraid of them. Kristen asks, I'm afraid of Elvis. How do you handle a child with ARFID and now has not much interest in eating? Well, any kid that has, well, ARFID is a form of an eating disorder. Um, I think you have to kind of work with the child to find out what they like to eat. Sometimes parents get concerned when kids only like finger foods, but if finger foods is the only way somebody's going to eat, work with them until they, have the appetite for something else, and just make sure that they meet like a minimum level of nutritional needs. Kaylin, I appreciate you. Oh, yeah, so sports mascots are fine with me. That's the weird thing. I'm okay with sports mascots. I'm okay with everything. Um, if I saw a furry in real life, like I did an open mic with a furry before, and I kept the G. I kept the player. Like I kept the G, but like I am a little afraid. I ain't gonna lie. I am a little afraid. Ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna lie. Flock. Diaper baby man. Look, Google it. Like they have like it's a whole different world. Like it's a whole different world for real, for real. Um, but I mean, I think that they're really cool people. Uh, you know, it's just I'm a little afraid of it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We're being, vulnerable here and transparent. I mean, I can't, define what a furry is. I'll leave that to the furry community. I don't want to speak on behalf of a community that I don't know about. I'm gonna just be respectful. I'm gonna be respectful. Ooh, is it gonna be Portugal versus Spain? It's gonna be a heck of a matchup. Something like cosplay, but I don't know the actual like definition of it. Nini has a question. I'll take a couple more questions before we wrap it up. Nini says, I have questions. I relate to a lot of things for AuDHD. Should I consider a diagnosis? I think that if you think you have autism and or ADHD and you are curious and you think that having a diagnosis would improve the quality of your life, then most definitely, you should consider an assessment. Um, it can be costly. It can be time consuming. And some people still look at it as a label. They're like, I don't want to be labeled as autistic. I don't want to be labeled as ADHD. But I think a diagnosis is just a term that explains the majority of the behaviors that you exhibit. So, I mean, if you ask me, if you have the ability to get an assessment, I would say do it. I would say do it. I think the kinky community can be more respectful than the general population. Okay. And look, I didn't know this is a kinky community at all. You know, because, I'm a Mickey Ficky. I like to do Mickey Ficky things, but sometimes I'd be scared. And it's not often that I'm scared, but, in this scenario with them furries, I am a little scared. My life has been a lot like someone with Asperger's, except I don't have the symptoms straight down. And Lisa, there's a lot of overlap between the deaf community and the autistic community because there are impairments in communication. So I don't think I've ever said this on a live stream before, but you have a lot of common denominators between autism and being deaf. So that just shows how difficult it is to communicate, because that's what autism is difficulties with communication. And with being deaf, it can also be hard to communicate as well. So I think that being autistic and on one side and then being deaf on the other, like y'all can definitely be allies for each other. But yeah, to draw that comparison there's definitely a overlap for sure. Do you, boo boo? Kinky is a funny word to say. It is. Like, imagine going up to a girl and be like, what do you find to be kinky? What kind of jobs do you have? Social media, comedy, psychiatry. But no, it's hard to stay employed as being neurodivergent. Hard to stay employed. What's your favorite hobby that you considered weird but it distracts you? What's your favorite hobby that you considered weird but distracts you? I don't know if it's a hobby, but I like the pimple popping videos. I like those. I could watch those like for hours on end. Pimple popping videos. Favorite hobby, like guitar. I feel like I have normal hobbies, but I'm sure like the moment that I get to live stream, I'm like, oh, I like this. This is weird. I mean, as a kid, I would count certain cars as they pass by. Like how many Chevys have I seen on this road trip? Like weird stuff like that. Like how many Toyotas have we seen on this road trip from Jacksonville to Nashville? Stuff like that. So yeah, I think that is weird, but that's me. Oh, they get money like that, Ghost? 3 to 5 grand? Okay. I do have a new look. I got a new look. I mean, what's next? New look. Don't let me pop up with a new girl. Like, oh Lord, you think he different now? Don't switch it up too much, Kojo. Caitlin, you should make content. You can do it. My kink is guys who have jobs. That's funny. Would you collaborate with other mental health creators, thinking long form, healthy game with GG, or someone similar? Yes, I most definitely would. I met Healthy Gamer GG at VidCon 2 or 3 years ago. Super nice guy. And we exchanged information and we talked about collabing, actually. I don't know if he has ADHD like me, but we never got around to that collab. But I would definitely love to collab with Dr. K. Ironically, his name is Dr. K, Healthy Gamer GG. I'm a fan of his content and I like his work. So I would love to collab with him. So yeah, hopefully we can make that happen, because it's been 2.5, 3 years in the making. And I don't know how we just never got around to it. I got busy, and I'm sure he's very busy as well on his end. But I would like to make that happen. I really would. Yeah, Jessica, it gets a little weird over here. I could be weird sometimes. Most times. Most times. Yeah, I saw that. I'm not a big fan of that. I like digital, but some people like the actual games. So the PS6, I don't think it's going to be that popular. I agree. Pretty cool look. Thank y'all. How was my day? A long day, but now that we're at the back half of the day, it's been better. I made a pizza today, so that's cool. I made a pizza. I love the bluntness of the deaf community because we as autistics are also blunt. That's another similarity between the two. I didn't know that deaf people were that blunt. I was not aware. Kojo is treat, right? I should think so. I think it is. It's neurodivergent. That got me to your channel. Yeah, this is a big neurodivergent, a big neurospicy community for real. What toppings? Just a margarita pizza. But I don't like having a lot of cheese on my pizza, so I stripped off like 95% of the cheese. So it essentially was um, like baked bread. I hate having a lot of cheese. So I'm weird in that sense. Like when cheese is like just slamming all over the pizza. No, give me pizza with light cheese, very light cheese, almost like the cheese is not there. Light cheese. Chris, congratulations. Texas Tech, a Red Raider. You feel me? Too much cheese is not good. Too much cheese is not good. When someone eats square pizza, well, I ate the square pizza, but it with no cheese on it. MJ says, I love deep diving into conspiracy theories on TikTok. Okay. And Brittany Smith says, the lack of hobbies make me question my diagnoses. And sometimes we have hobbies, but we just forget that, certain things are hobbies. And Lindsay Ellis, Dr. Lindsay Ellis says, I'm an educational researcher and adjunct. Okay. And Jessica says, my ex-husband is deaf, and I love the deaf, hard of hearing. You never have to guess intentions. I never even thought about that. Deaf people are blunt. Okay. So yeah, I guess that the deaf community and the autistic community, there's a lot of overlap there. I will do some research on that, just my personal knowledge, because the more you talk about it, I'm seeing more overlap between the deaf community and the autistic community. I'm seeing it. Gypsy World, how are you? Anthony says, your wife reminds me of mine and my fiance's relationship, especially the safe food one you made. Oh yeah, my wife is amazing. I have the best wife in the world. I really do. And we will find her some safe food because she hasn't eaten in 30 hours. And that's not good. So we will find her some safe food. Don't you worry. Yeah, best wife in the world. That's funny. Wow, I'll pray for you. Continue to pray for us. Continue to pray for us. We appreciate that. Oh, so sweet. Doc, are you getting a little delirious? Maybe a little bit. Anthony says, I do the same thing. Like there are some days she doesn't eat all day, and I DoorDash her food. Oh, that's so sweet. So sweet. Gypsy, you really do teach us a lot about neurodivergence. Yeah, I just tell y'all about things that have happened in my life. And that's one thing I will say about the skits. Almost every single skit comes from a real life experience. I will say that. Now that part is 1,000% authentic. Almost every single skit, something that's happened to me in real life. And I write down, I'm like, oh my goodness, this pissed me off, or this frustrated me, or or I'll think back to past relationships. I'm like, why did she do that? And I don't date neurodivergent women. Maybe I do, but it's been a long time since I've had a normal girlfriend or anything like that. It's been a long time, a long time, a long time. So, and I like it that way. Like I don't, I'd rather have somebody who isn't normal. Mm. By Chunky Yarn and Loom last month, Bobby Chef to the easel in the shame room. I like that. I like that. I like that. Your first live, nice to be here. Close, and I appreciate that. We go live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock West Coast. I said West Coast time. Obviously, I show up to the live stream late today. It shouldn't be this late. It should really be 9 o'clock East Coast time. Now it's 9:17 on the West Coast. These live streams start earlier. Excuse me, they start earlier, so it's not, this late. So we'll work to be more on time. Next week we'll work to be more on time. This week I got behind on a couple of things and did not go live on Tuesday, which was a disappointment because we're on tour. So I'm looking to promote my comedy shows. But yeah, live stream should be twice a week. Twice a week. I have a tote full of yarn from the crochet I started before I had to sue. That's funny. We just get each other. No, that's why a lot of people who are neurodivergent and they know it, like you're a card carrying member and you're diagnosed, a lot of times people will say things like, my partner, like he got ADHD, he's undiagnosed. And they're saying it as a joke, but it actually, like if they went for an assessment, the partner would actually have ADHD for real. Because if you are neurodivergent and you get along really well with somebody, there's a reason why you get along well with them. There's a reason why. Y'all speak the same language. You speak the same language. Jessica says, ever coming to Tennessee for some of your shows? Jessica, the second city on my tour was Nashville. And that was May 31st. So a little over a month ago. We had 2 amazing shows in Nashville. Man, Nashville was amazing. I would love to come back to Tennessee. My people are in Tennessee, so I would love to come back. I would love to come back. Is it normal for people with ADHD to have bouts of feeling nothing, like emotionally numb? I don't know about normal, but there are definitely times where we feel like that. Yeah, Jessica, you just missed it. I got to come back to Nashville, though. I got to come back to Nashville. And Jiffy says, my partner is schizophrenic and tells me he thinks I'm autistic. There is some overlap between schizophrenia and autism. There is. I mean, look, you could be autistic. Could be autistic. Could be autistic. And let me review a couple of my tour dates. Take Me With You, love Nashville. Oh, I love Nashville too. Nashville is Jasmine, Nashville is amazing. If you haven't been, you got to go. You got to go. I had a great time in Nashville. Let me review my tour dates. I'll read them out one more time. At the Nashville show, I info dumped the physiology of drinking on an empty stomach, and the other neurodivergent guy at the table really enjoyed that. No, we are a people. It's a big community. It really is. It really is a big community. And the shows that we have coming up, July 25th, Springfield, Massachusetts. July 26th, Beverly, Massachusetts. August 8th, Little Rock, Arkansas. August 14th, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. August 16th, Huntsville, Alabama. September 11th, Detroit, Michigan. September 17th, Chandler, Arizona. September 23rd, Cleveland, Ohio. September 24th, Columbus, Ohio. September 30th, Virginia Beach, Virginia. October 1st, Richmond, Virginia. And then December 3rd, San Diego, California. We have no show scheduled for November, but we will look to add some shows in November. Des Moines, Iowa. Hopefully I could add one in Iowa. I never been to Iowa. And yes, I will not forget to call my mom. I will not forget to call my mom. Thank you for that. These are comedy shows, Silvana. These are comedy shows. July 25th, Houston for Kristen's. Kristen, you missed the Houston show. Is it hard for an ADHDer to be able to envision a future in a relationship? For those of us who have ADHD, relationships are a bit harder. Yes, I will say that. But I think it's all about mindset. If you think that you're screwed and you can't find love, then you'll be screwed and you won't be able to find love. So I think it's about understanding that you have certain limitations when you have ADHD, but not losing hope that you'll find somebody who appreciates you for who you are and wants to help you grow, because that's what relationships are about. So, like my ADHD is strong, and I do some things that can be frustrating to not only myself but other people. But I still don't let that, throw me off, or I don't think that I'll never have love in my life. I'll be annoying. I'll be a drama queen to people, but I'm worth being loved on, and I believe that I deserve it. So you have to have that mindset even when you're having a really bad day. A really bad day. Please come to Wisconsin. I'd love to come to Wisconsin eventually. I saw the food video about not having safe food and realized I do it a lot. A lot of us do that. A lot of us do that. While in a relationship, not being able to visualize a mental picture of a future. Potentially, but I think that's not specific to ADHD. That's all of us. Whenever things aren't working, like whenever I'm in a relationship where things aren't going well, it'll be hard for me to envision a future with that person. Like I'll think to myself, like, okay, things are not going well. Like this could be the end. Like this could be the end of our relationship, and sometimes it is. But it's never specific to me having ADHD. It's just because the relationship is running its course, So I have an amazing husband, and I was recently diagnosed after we have been married for several years. Are there any tips or suggestions for helping him understand all of this? What I'm realizing nowadays is that people communicate with videos. So sending him a video, send him the shortest video possible. Don't send him like a 3-minute skit. Send him like my shortest video, something that's quick, easy to digest, and that will help him understand the brains that we have. And I think that that's a good first step, because when you're trying to help somebody understand who you are and what you do, or just how your brain works, you want to make it as simple as possible for them. So don't pick a Kojo and Emily video that is 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Don't do that. That's not going to work. Pick a 7-second funny video, 15-second video, 25-second skit, super short skit. And then when they start to like the content, then send them a longer video. And I could say have them read a book about autism, but we all know how that works. You think he's going to read a book, and it makes him a normal person. I'm not saying that he doesn't want to learn about you, but when people tell me, different books I should be reading, I'm like, yeah, thank you. Oh, Coach, I got a great book for you to read. I'm like, is it come in like audio book format? Like, can I find out Audible? If not, I might be cooked. So you want to make things as easy as, or a meme that beats my videos. A quick meme. Diana loved the show right here. Love the show. A quick meme. Exactly. A quick meme. Yeah. You want it to be as short and concise and quick as possible, So a meme, I like that. I like that. I really like that. Keep a file of your own when you can explain. I like that too. I like that too. Great question right here. Great question. If you want to get diagnosis, but your funds are limited, see if somebody accepts your insurance. If they don't, that's fine. You can always identify with the condition before you can get the proper funds to get an assessment. So if you watch my content and you feel like you just know you have autism, you can identify with autism, and then you can learn about the condition, and then you can start doing things that an autistic person would do to improve their life. And then eventually, when you have the funds, you get the assessment. Good questions. So, am I American? I guess. Yeah, I mean, I live in America. I'm from Ghana, West Africa, originally. And this is key right here. A lot of us don't love ourselves. I don't know how else to say it, but a lot of us are still struggling with learning to love ourselves. And that becomes more and more evident when you start to learn about how you operate and you become honest with yourself. But when you realize that you don't love yourself, you can start to take the steps necessary to find different ways to love yourself. So, if you're struggling with self-love, it just makes you a normal person. That's all. It just makes you a normal person. All right? I need to try fufu. Respect. I feel like I didn't develop ADHD until adulthood. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, ADHD, you don't develop it when you're, an adult. You have it your whole life, and then you realize that it's been plaguing you, but you don't develop ADHD out of nowhere at 22. And yes, I agree. These videos right here, and I don't know if y'all know, but on YouTube Shorts, I drop a shorter version of these videos. And then I drop like a longer version on all the other platforms. So for somebody who has like a short attention span, like autism, AuDHD, quick, short, punchy, and these videos move fast. So some people like these videos, right? Some people are in love with these videos. They move really fast. The sequencing is really good. There's no dead space between anything. Quick. You get exactly what you need. Some people like the Emily skits. We'll give them that. Some people like the videos where I react to somebody, so I'm doing my best to give y'all the content in multiple different formats and just figure out what y'all really like. So Africans. Oh, I forgot what we're talking about. We're just in the Q&A section. We're in the Q&A section. We're at 1 hour and 58 minutes. I'm like, we're so close to 2 hours. Let me get to 2 hour mark so that way I can say I hit 2 hours tonight. It's so silly. It's like an arbitrary number. I'm like, let's get to 2 hours tonight. Ooh, did y'all hear that? Y'all heard that in my back? What a time. Yeah. Oh, actually, I gotta pee. I don't want to drink too much water. Emily, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I need a chiropractor. Sheesh, I might need one. Dyslexia was my childhood diagnosis. Adulthood new diagnosis. So it says, oh no, Emily, don't do it. Stand up so you don't get a pressure ulcer. You're right. I should be standing up. So that way I can scratch. Been sitting for 2 hours. You're right. Whoever said that. Good thing I'm wearing pants today. Good thing I actually decided to wear pants for this live stream. That would not have been good. Gotta scratch. Isabella, ask your question. Get it in real quick. Get your question in. Thank you for saying that. I don't need no pressure ulcer. You cracking makes me want someone to crack your back. Okay. Good for who? Oh, it's okay not to be normal. Who even wants to be normal? I don't want to be normal. I like being weird. Yes, I have a workout routine. So, workout. That was an unattractive sound. I work out 5-6 times a week. As of late, I've been doing 5 days a week. Normally, I do 6, but I've been taking the full weekends off. I think I will take off. Yeah. I'll take off the weekend. So I'll hit the gym one more time tomorrow. That'll be 5 times this week. Then I'll take off Saturday, Sunday. What I do is I have upper body. So upper body, I have 2 of those. You have push day, which is benching. Then you have pull day, which is curls, back and buys. Then I have a leg day. I'll do a leg day. Then I'll do the next day. I'll do a cardio day. Then the next day I'll do push day once again, and then we just keep rotating like that. That's the workout schedule. I drive past the gym. Does that count? A little bit. You're getting closer. Is it possible to do Psych MP part-time? Yeah, it's possible to do Psych MP part-time. There's a lot of part-time gigs. You don't have to do it full-time. You don't have to do psychiatry you don't have to do anything full-time, but you could definitely do, there's so many part-time psychiatry jobs. Yeah. So yes, you can do it part-time. Good question. Why not do all workouts same day? Because you have to let certain body parts rest. Like the legs got to rest, and then like the biceps have to rest. Like you do them, you let them rest, you recover, you sleep. The sleep part is where I struggle. Going to the gym is not difficult, but the sleep part is, that's where I really struggle. To let the body recover. Drink filtered water or spring water. Spring water. I like being weird, but it would be nice to not hear the unspoken crap all the time. It would, but I mean, who cares? We have to not care about other people's opinions. It's called lower body workout, and the next day is, give your body some time to rest and recover and relax. Running is helpful. What should I take if my muscles tighten? I can't tell you what to take. It's out of my scope. But perhaps maybe some rest. So all right, guys, that is it for the live stream. Let me see. We're back again Tuesday. We are back again Tuesday. 9 o'clock East Coast time, 6 o'clock West Coast time. Let me see. I will tell my mom that y'all say hi, and I'll call her back. Let me see. Do I have any travel coming up? I don't see a lot of travel coming up not until like the next tour date. So I may not have to travel that much. So we will actually get to these live streams on time, which is really exciting. So next week, Tuesday, 9 o'clock East Coast time. So New York time, 9 p.m., which is 8 o'clock in Nashville, which is 7 o'clock in Arizona, which is 6 o'clock in California, which is 5 o'clock in Alaska, which is 4 o'clock in Hawaii, which is 2 a.m. in the United Kingdom. So that is 9 p.m. East Coast, 6 p.m. West Coast, Tuesday. Thursday, same exact time. All right. The next 2 comedy shows are going to be in Springfield, Massachusetts, July 25th. And July 26th, that will be in Beverly, Massachusetts, which is 30 minutes outside of Boston. Next month after that, we're in Arkansas, Alabama, and Louisiana. All right, y'all. So that's it for tonight's live stream. I hope y'all have a safe and a very happy 4th of July. Happy early birthday, America. 250 years. A complicated history. We've had some better moments, and we've had some worse moments, but I am grateful to be in this country. I'm grateful for Wi-Fi. I'm grateful for you all. I'm grateful for the skits. I'm grateful for everything. I think it's a blessing that I get to do this. This is so cool for me. And the fact that y'all will stick around on the live stream for minutes to hours or however long, it's super dope. It's super, super, super dope. So once again, hope you have a happy, happy, happy 4th. Stay safe. I love y'all, and I will see y'all after the holiday weekend, which is next week on Tuesday. Peace. Take care. Love y'all.